Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dychronic, yours here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Xur's location as random rolls, my recommendation for June 25th, 2021. You can find him in his regular spot in the EDZ. Just head over to the Winding Cove, make your way on top of this little cliffside right here at the Precipice, and you can find him standing here until next Tuesday. This is a high overview in case this is all you cared about, and I just have to say, we have a couple of pretty good items here. First and foremost, for the weapon today, we have the Cerberus +1. The best way I like to describe this is that it shoots a lot of bullets with each shot, so it kind of acts more like a shotgun, but it's also an auto rifle, but it also does primary ammo damage. So it's not just shotgun damage automatic, it's primary ammo damage at the end. But even then, at the very low level, it's actually one of the more fun guns to use, because again, it is an automatic shotgun in primary damage form. There are a couple of weird stuff going on it. Again, like I said, it shoots from all barrels at the same time, kind of like a spread. And apparently aiming this weapon reduces the spread of its projectiles, and on top of that, the catalyst also makes it so you can swap to a tighter, close range spread. However, from every instance I've ever seen, this is actually not useful whatsoever. For some reason, it's tighter and close range, and I still find the regular one to reach out to farther range and be more comfortable at close range. So this holding R business to do this, I've never found useful. Moving on to the Hunter exotic today, we have the Raiden Flux, one of the best arc-based exotics in the game, because it makes your arc staff last a lot longer and increases its damage. If you don't know, you can get like 21 light attack hits on a single target, or maybe even more than 21, but that's a lot of light attack hits if you have this armor piece, and you actually have to be getting hits with it to get the benefit. And I guess maybe some application in PvP, but definitely a very nice PvE ad clearing super. Considering you can also use the Way of the Wind, meaning that you can dodge and get a lot of resistance, this actually is a decent option in the highest level play. As far as the role goes, you'd like to see a lot of intellect, recovery, and mobility. Don't really have a lot of mobility and recovery, but the intellect is okay, and the total stats is slightly below average, but okay. Not the best role, but a pretty great exotic that does actually have an ornament that actually makes it look really nice. You have this one, but then you got this one, which I really do like. Moving on to the Titan exotic, we have the Crest of Alpha Lupi. Now, this exotic, I want to say as a blanket statement, is actually good and is useful and was in the top 10 for Titan exotics for a long time, but it's also very boring to use. If you've never heard of it, first of all, you generate an additional overpower from supers, meaning that first kill you get with a super, or if you're using, for example, Bubble, you summon 3 instead of 2. And you also get a healing pulse whenever your barricade is activated. So just like Wormhusk Crown, whenever you use your class ability, you get like half of your health back. Both of these things are useful, but again, kind of boring. When it comes to the roll, total stats at 64 is pretty nice, definitely something I like to see. When it comes to the stat distribution you want, it's not really that high requirement, but I guess you'd probably like to see intellect and recovery, and it has an okay amount of each one of them with a primary focus in discipline, which is not bad. And finally, for the Warlike exotic, probably the best item on sale for today, we have the Nezarec Sin. Now, this is an exotic, I think I put it like number 4 for my Warlike exotics, and it definitely deserves that spot. If you've never heard of it, void damage kills increase the ability energy recharge rate. Now, from my experience, this is usually around 5% of your ability stuff, and it is from any void kill. You do not have to be using a void subclass. You can just be using a bottom dollar or a gnawing hunger, or you could be using your heavy weapon having void. As long as there's some component that is void, obviously the more components, meaning the more chances, you get ability energy back. So technically you can use this with stasis. So if you like using stasis, you can use this exotic. However, I think Eye of Another World's probably going to be better for stasis. In my opinion, the best way to use this is going to be with Devour, because you do double up on the subclass benefit. Devour is really nice. It also gives you like 20% of your grenade back with, Devour based kills. You get all of your healing thing from Devour, you get more ability regeneration, it is void, and it's probably the best way to use Devour. Whereas the other main void-based thing, Controversial Hold, is usually better with Chaos or even the middle tree. And holy stats, my god, I didn't even notice. 68, hot damn! Moving on to the stats of this exotic, if you didn't know, 68 is one of the highest stats you can get on any exotics. Now, the highest I've ever received is 69. Lol. Twice now. I've heard people have received 72s, but I just don't believe that. So 68 is pretty much one of the best stat totals you can get in the game. And I'm looking at distribution, it is also looking really nice. On Warlocks and just general, you want to have a lot of recovery. 20 plus is a lot of recovery. Outside of that, for this particular exotic, any of the abilities, discipline, intellect, and strength, well, there's a decent amount of each one of them. And lastly, there's not a lot in resilience, so if you want to bring this into the Crucible, you're definitely going to have to get to at least around 5 resilience, but at the same time, in PvE, I don't really care about resilience at all. So this is an excellent roll, probably even better than the one I have now that's fully matched to work. Yeah, I know, 64 base. Wow, 64 base is really not looking that great these days. Okay, yeah, no, this is just excellent. If you don't have this exotic, or if you don't have a good one, this is an excellent pick. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm getting some like Darth Vader vibes right here. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your exotic cipher quest. If you did not know, every single week you can pick up an exotic cipher quest from the Xur. Completing strikes and Crucible and whatnot can give you a bonus of an exotic cipher that you can either use on this exotic engram or on the exotic archive. And there's a bunch of stuff in the exotic archive that are excellent. I highly recommend you pick up. Of course, the exotic engram, guaranteed to give you an exotic you've never received before, and of course, guaranteed to be a high stat roll. So if you really wanted a high stat roll Peacekeepers, you can do that. And I got one last time. Damn it! Why do I keep getting these? What's the maximum mobility you can have on any armor piece? Because I happen to notice that the yellow is gone on the mobility bar here. That is a lot. And that's it. That's the end of the video. Make sure to come check out my live streams that I have after these videos, as well as all the times on screen right now. Often open lobbies, raids, and whatnot. Of course, I would like to give a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon for making videos like this possible. Specifically, I want to give a big thank you to Mary Voodoo, Mom Dad, Dr. Strange, Joe Smith, Monday, Steve Bachman, Raymond Shoney, Dependent Culture Sherman, Casey Reagan for the support on Patreon. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one.